welcome. It's the Mentor Show. Tonight we are mapping the resources again. Just like the Welcome everybody to the Mentor Show. It's the 18th of June. Already 18th of June 2021. Good evening, Gospel Nwabweze. How are you today? How has been your day? How has been your day, Gospel? How has been? Tell us where you are joining us from. Where are you joining us from, Gospel? Tell us which country, which location you are joining us from tonight. Welcome to the Mentor Show. Oh, you are in Canada? Thank you for joining us tonight on the Mentor Show. So, I think we'll just go for it. Just like the air. Alright, that's a good place to start. Welcome to the Mentor Show. Let's go for our intro as we have a good time tonight mapping the resources of another African nation.
Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on and ready to go.
Hello, welcome. I'm Dr. Olushola Ajide, your host on the Mentors Show, where we inspire you, help you reinvent yourself, and make a positive impact in your community, in your country, and on your continent. We mentor people across Africa. We bring you guests with inspiring life stories who are themselves transformation agents, making a positive change in their profession and nation.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the African Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yep. Welcome, everybody. I'm your host on this show, Dr. Olushola Ajide. So, Gospel Nwabweze, please follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Africa Coaching and Mentorship Initiative. On the Mentor Show, which is this show that we run every Tuesday and Friday, on this show we inspire you. On this show we help you reinvent yourself. Break down every limiting belief that is holding you down to pivot, to go to the next level And on this show also, we bring you ideas and tips that could help you to be able to make a positive impact in your community, in your country, and on your continent. And I'm privileged tonight that I have Gospel Umwabuzi that you're joining us tonight all the way from Canada, because the key point of what we say on this show, Gospel, is the question, have you discovered why you were born? Have you discovered why you were born? Have you discovered the reason for your existence? Have you discovered if Ibrahim Jallo, good evening, welcome Ibrahim, thank you for joining us again. Thank you for your time last week when we had, or last Tuesday rather, when we had a session with Sheriff Bar. Thank you. So the question I was asking Gospel Ibrahim, let me put the same thing to you. What we try to address on this mentor show is to make people to ask you a question. Why were you born, Ibrahim? Why were you born, Gospel? Have you found out why you were born? Have you found out the reason for your existence? But because everyone has a reason for existence. And part of the reason of existence is for you to make positive impact. Make positive impact in your community, in your country, and on your continent. There are people who make impact, but in a negative way. You know, there are people who are causing a lot of bad image, bad press image for their community, for their family, for their country, and for their race, as it were. So, but we're not talking about those negative image that people are making. We are talking about you making a positive image, positive impact. And that is why we say that you were born to solve a problem on earth. Gospel Ibrahim Jallo, you were born to solve a problem. Have you found the problem you were born to solve? And that is what this mentor show is all about. And that is the reason why today we are looking at mapping the resources. We are mapping the resources of one of the countries. Now, on the mentor show, we bring you guests. We bring you people who are doing... Oh, my battery. Thank you so much for bringing such a reflection to everyone here. Well, we thank God, Ibrahim. We are also trying to fulfill the reason for our own existence. You see, we do this because we believe it's part of the reason for our own existence. Welcome, Purity Favor Owen. Welcome to the Mentors Show. So the key point that we're looking at is, have you discovered why you were born? That's the key point here. Have you discovered the reason for your existence? So on the Mentor Show, we bring you guests who are doing transformational things, and to show you from their lifestyle and their stories that they didn't fall from heaven. They grew up like you, and still they went on to do great and phenomenal things. Likewise, you also can decide to begin to do phenomenal things. That's the key point we're looking at here. And so we in between the guests we bring you on this show, we also start what we call mapping the natural resources of Africa. So because we are passionate, this is the Africa Coaching and Mentorship Initiative, we are passionate about Africa, about the transformation of Africa, about the enlightenment of Africa, about the development of Africa. So we've been looking at countries. We have looked at Angola, Algeria, Angola, Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon, Cape Verde, and now today we are looking at Central African Republic. If you go to my timeline, you will see some of these countries that we have done the mapping resources. We have looked at the opportunities in those countries. We have looked at the opportunities, the natural resources in those countries, perhaps which you might want to invest in those countries. You might want to invest in those industries of those natural resources. On the other hand, we've looked at the challenges in all these countries: Algeria, Angola, Burundi, Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Cape Verde. We've looked at the challenges, and we are saying the challenges in those countries is an opportunity for you. It's part of the problem you were born to solve. So if you have not discovered why you were born and the reason of your existence and the problem you were born to solve, bringing and highlighting these problems in all these countries is showcasing to you why that perhaps one of the problems we are showcasing could be the reason why you were born, and you need to choose that particular problem and begin to solve it, begin to bring a solution to that particular problem. So that is very important. And tonight we're looking at this country, and tonight we're looking for this country of Cape Verde. Sorry, not Cape. We have looked at Cape Verde, of Central African Republic, what you can call short acronym CAR. Central African Republic. Looking at it at Central African Republic and mapping it, looking at the resources that are there and the challenges that are there and the opportunities for you and I, investment opportunities, creativity opportunities. Don't forget, we're looking, the Mentor Show has been on sparking creativity, bringing solution to birth to affect and to make positive change in the lives of people. Now that is important to us, is very important to us on the at the Africa Coaching and Mentorship initiative. It's an important an important thing for us. So let's go for it. The Central African Republic, based on the name Central African Republic, you already know where is located. The Central African Republic is located at the central belt of Africa continent. On the central belt of Africa continent. Let me show. Yeah. So if you see what I'm showing you, you see at the central belt of Africa, that's where we have the Central African Republic. So this nation is, faced with a lot of opportunities, yes, but also a lot of challenges faces this nation, this beautiful nation of Central African Republic. Welcome, Mary Ajide, and that's my wife joining us. Welcome. We're looking at Central African Republic today. We are mapping the resources. Now, the Central African Republic, which is based in the middle belt of Africa, is a country that is rich in natural resources. It has diamonds. You see, it's when you see here all these stories, it's very challenging. a country like Central African Republic that has diamonds, that has gold, that has uranium, that has other minerals, and still there is poverty in this country. You just wonder. You wonder what is happening to us on the continent of Africa. You wonder if some people will say maybe the gods are after. No, they're not. It's just because of human wickedness. That is the challenge, what we're facing. So this particular nation, I was telling you that it's a nation in the Middle Belt. Their flag, you will see the flag there. There is bars, the horizontal bars of blue, white, green, yellow, and there's a vertical bar of red at the center, and a star, one star at the left, upper left hand corner of the flag. That's the flag of this country of Central African Republic. Now, this particular country got their independence in 1960. Got their independence in 1960. Their current president is Faustin Archange Touadera. That's the current president in this country. And in this country of Central African Republic, I will quickly tell you about the economy, the state of things in this country. In this country, they speak French because they got their independence from France in 1960. They got their independence from France in 1960. And you could say the languages spoken French and what we call Sango, but there are about 72 other languages in this particular country, but French is the major lingua franca in the Central African Republic. All right, let's look at the economic. Wemimo, welcome to the Mentor Show. Welcome to the Mentor Show. Today we are mapping the resources of the Central African Republic. Now the reason why we do this is because we are saying, Wemimo, have you discovered why you were born? Have you discovered the problem you were born to solve? And so when we look at each country, we have looked at a series of countries. This is the 9th country. On my timeline, you will see those sessions that we have looked at other countries: Angola, Algeria, Botswana, Burundi, Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Cape Verde, and now this 9th country. The question, as we're looking at this country, we're looking at the natural resources in these countries, which will give you an idea of opportunities, of investment opportunities. Also, we look at the challenges, the issue of poverty or the social problems in those countries, which will give you an insight or an highlight to perhaps the problem you were born to solve. Which will give you an highlight to the problem you were born to solve. And if you want to say, oh, sorry, I'm not from the Central African Republic, no problem. The same problems we are highlighting in Central African Republic is available in your own country. Why not you decide to begin to solve those problems? Why not you decide to say, okay, I was born to solve the problems in the health sector. I was born to solve the problem. Last, when we were looking at Cape Verde, one lady joined us who is a pharmacist, and I was making her to understand as a pharmacist that God made her to go and learn to study pharmacy for her to be able to trust God, to be able to get ideas to bring medicines to solve the problem on the continent of Africa. You see, to use our knowledge. So whatever be your knowledge, what you studied, Wemimo, Mary Ajide, and Ibrahim Jallo, Gospel Nwabweze, Purity Favor Owen, whatever be the profession you studied, is to see perhaps those knowledge which you have could be the solution to the problem of any of these countries we are looking at or your own country. You are significant enough to solve a problem of a country. You are significant enough to solve the problem of the whole of Africa. You are. You are a very important personality. You are very important. So Wemimo, Mary Ajide, Nwabweze, Ibrahim Jallo, Purity, this is the point and what I'm looking at. So looking at the Central African Republic, you see, the economy of this nation, let me start by looking at this particular country. The capital of the Central African Republic is Bangui. Bangui rather. So like I told you, French and Sango are the language spoken there. The population of the Central African Republic is 4.6 million as of 2016. You see, the life expectancy of this country is 51 years. In other words, it means it's expected that if you are born in Central African Republic, you will die at the age of 51. That is the average. That's what it means. You could see that is high poverty, as opposed to here in the West, where you have people living here in the West, living up to the age of 80, living up to the age of 90, living up to the age of people who are even 90 years old. Some are still even driving cars at 90 here in the West. But see, this country, life expectancy is 51. In all the countries we have looked at, I think the best life expectancy we have seen is Cape Verde. Cape Verde seems to be the one that has the best, that you can live long because of the situation in the country. So you could see that you see the employment to population ratio of this country is 15% plus as of 2017. Percentage of the working population is 73. And like I told you, they have a lot of natural resources. This nation is a blessed nation and should not be suffering poverty. They have copper. They have diamond. This nation, Central African Republic, has gold. This nation has graphite. This same nation has ilmenite. This same nation has iron ore for metal, steel production. This same nation has kaolin. This same nation has kyanite. Central African Republic has lignite. This same nation has limestone for the production of cement, so they produce cement. This same nation has manganese. They have monazite. They have quartz. They have rutile. They have salt. They have tin and uranium. Wow! So you could see the challenge that with all these energy deposits, mineral resources, they also have an abundance of water, water resources. They have fertile land that is good for agriculture. Because this nation of Central African Republic, economic-wise, they actually are peasant farmers. peasant farmers. They are peasant farmers. 74% of the population in this nation, they are in the agriculture sector. 74%. And like I told you, remember when we did the country, one of those countries, I think Benin Republic, when a nation has up to 70 something percent in Africa in agriculture, you know there's a problem. Because when we talk of the agriculture, we are not talking about mechanized farming. No, we are talking about traditional agriculture. Traditional agriculture where you see use cutlass and hoe. This is, a nation with such an abundance of resources, but is predominantly agriculture based. So they cultivate food crop, yams, cassava, peanuts, maize, sorghum, millet, sesame, and plantains. So a lot of resources is in this nation. However, the point I keep making to you is the fact that even though 74% of people in this nation are into agriculture, and they might be doing the agriculture not in the fully mechanized way, the point there is that it's an opportunity for more hybrid seeds that can quickly grow. That's an opportunity. So perhaps you are an agriculturist, a plant technologist. So you can develop seeds that will quickly grow because they have good fertile soil in this particular country. Another point is that yes, we are looking for people to create mechanized farming, mechanized production of tractors. On this show, on the Mentor Show, we had one of earlier this year, a young man from Nigeria, just who is producing cars and tractors. We need more of those young people to produce machinery. These are opportunities to be able to bring about transformation. See, Africa cannot pivot to the next level until mechanization and industrialization come into play. Africa cannot. And you are the solution. You and I, we are the solution for Africa to pivot to the next level. Ray Diggs 55, welcome to the Mentors Show. We are looking at the Central African Republic today. And we are saying, Ray Diggs, have you found the reason why you were born? Have you found the reason of the problem you were born to solve? Ray Diggs, there's a reason why you were born. And you were born to solve a problem. Have you found that problem? And we're looking at all these problems in the Central African Republic. Perhaps one of these is why you were born. To solve a problem maybe in the agriculture sector, or to solve a problem maybe in the health sector. I'm going to go to the health sector next, or to solve a problem in the education sector. So there are challenges in Africa, in every nation, in the Central African Republic, but these challenges are also opportunities, investment opportunities to create mechanized production of mechanized machines that will be able to help, bring about an astronomical growth in the agricultural development of every nation on the continent of Africa. And I know you could say that mechanized farming will be expensive, these machines will be expensive. Yeah, there could be an opportunity of making it in a cheaper way to help the people. So a social enterprise I'm talking about can run as a social enterprise to manufacture these things and to make it that you want to empower these people and you make it cheap enough for them to get these products. So this particular country, their infrastructure, they have the country's limited electrical supply is provided by. So you see, again, in Central African Republic, electricity is limited, and that is opportunity. Perhaps. Welcome, Sabilo _5865. Have you found the reason, Sabilo, why you were born? Have you discovered the reason of your existence? Have you found the problem you were born to solve? So, electricity is a problem, is a challenge in this country. Perhaps you are gifted or you are knowledgeable about electrical ways, solar energy. Can you start a solar energy company that will benefit this particular nation, Central African Republic? If it will not benefit this nation, you can say, even in your own nation, in your country and the nation where you are born, where you are existing or living, can you also do that? Because the problems in these nations, in every nation in Africa, they seems to be the same, They seems to be the same. And we're looking for people to solve the problem. So, Sabilo, have you found the reason why you were born? And the problem you were born to solve. You see, that is it. That's the point and the issue we are looking at. We come here for you to discover why you were born and to begin to solve the problem, to find the reason why you were born. Locate the reason why you were born. Why were you born? What problem were you born to solve? Find that problem and begin to solve it. And that's why we're looking at all these countries in Africa to see the problems in Central African Republic that we're looking at today. Perhaps through that you will be able to, through that lens, you'll be able to discover the reason why you were born. Welcome, Etienne. I know Etienne is doing a great work here in Scotland, in the UK, helping to provide, the film industry is doing a great and a massive work already, and I know that's part of you discovering your purpose. So for the great work you do, Etienne, well done. Thank you so much. So, but we hope we can have more people like yourself, Etienne, who can help bring about solution also on the continent of Africa. Like we're looking at Central African Republic today and seeing that there is a problem, energy, lack of electricity. So there's electricity challenges in Africa, and there's a need to be able to solve that problem. You see, there's a need to be able to solve that problem, solving the problem of energy. Have you even considered and look at it that a person, for example, like Elon Musk, for example, he has taken it as his own responsibility to tackle the aspect of energy. So mobility, he produces cars, and from producing cars, now he's tackling the issue of energy, providing battery for the cars and battery for homes. Then again, he came and tackling the problem of man should go to space. We have not even solved the problem here on Earth. But Elon Musk, because he has the money, has taken the responsibility that there's a need to put man on Mars. And he has sent a car to Mars. So that's the point. Take the bull by the horn. Discover why you were born. Choose your sector. Like we have seen on all of this country, either in the health sector, either in the energy sector, or in the mineral resources sector, or in the health, in the education sector, or the agricultural sector, and say, I am going to spend my life to bring a solution to this sector in my own country. That is the point, and that's what we are saying and what we are looking at. So if you look at quickly, the Central African Republic, if you look at the health sector, let's look at even the health sector. Now, the challenges in Central African Republic, I think, is not. It couldn't have developed or improved much. As of 2004, for example, I know 2004 you can say that is late data, still data, well, but it could still be relevant because if you look at it, plus or minus, has add an average to it. In 2004, it was estimated that there were fewer than 3 physicians. Welcome, I am _John Singh. In 2004, there were fewer than 3 physicians and 9 nurses for 100,000 people. 3 physicians, 9 nurses for 100,000 people in a nation where they have, that is Central African Republic, where they have health, where they have, where they have all these natural resources, which some other nations are living large on and profiting from. So I am John Singh. Have you found the reason why you were born? So as of 2000, 60% have adequate access to safe drinking water. Well, that's good. But it could be better. So the largest hospital is located in Bango district. But the challenge is that in the health sector, there's talent there. So that means there's opportunity for the provision of health facility in the Central African Republic. There's opportunity for professionals, doctors, nurses in the Central African Republic. That's the point we are making. If I quickly go, and since this country got independence in 1960 from France, this nation is lagged as the nation that has acute medical care. When you say acute, it means that is decrepit. It means there is non-existence. Is always on comatose. With all the health, all the money, and all the resources that are available in this nation. And please, if you are on this live call or you are watching a replay of it and you're from the Central African Republic or not from there, we are not here just repeating this thing as a broken record. It's just trying to bring to your consciousness the fact that there is challenges on the continent of Africa. However, these challenges are not just challenges or problems, they are opportunities for you and for me. Opportunities to solve the problem that is in this nation or nations, as we've been looking at. We've been looking at series of nations that these are actually no. So you could see, you are saying that these nations, there are opportunities. So if you look at the education sector, for example, now this nation, Central African Republic, the education is free, there's a public education, and education is compulsory from ages 6 to 14. However, AIDS has claimed the life of the teachers, which led to the closure of more than 100 primary schools. Even though this is back then, 1996 to 1998, but you could imagine the fact that if you close 100 primary schools in 1996 to 1998, between then and now, what has improved? So it's quite a challenge. But by and large, the point is that what is your profession? And how can your profession solve the problem on the continent of Africa? That's the key point here. how can your problem, your what you studied or a new skill you're going to get be a solution to the problems in Central African Republic, and if you're not from there, from your own country. How can your knowledge, your skill, your passion, your talents be a solution to the problems in the Central African Republic or in your own country where you are domiciled and where located? And like I keep saying on this show, problems are everywhere. Problems are looking for people to solve them. Problems need your help. Social problems around you, where you live, the community where you live, all around you, they need your help and they're waiting for you to solve those problems. Don't wait for the government. Don't say the government will solve it. No, don't wait for the government. You need to arise, you need to decide and begin to solve the problems. You know, if you look at some people who are solving problems across the world, some young people, some old people, they just take it upon themselves. Look at, for example, Malala, that the young lady from Pakistan. She was passionate about the fact of education. Young ladies or young people in that area where she came from should go to school, and they need to be empowered with education-wise. It almost cost her her life, but you see, she has discovered why she was born. So why are you born? That's the key point here. So, the issue of education in 2012, 800,000 students in this country of Central African Republic were affected by also the violence that broke out. So you see, that's another problem in Africa. There's these skirmishes of war, of chaos, of violence, lack of peace on the continent, between communities, between nations, is causing a huge disruption to lives and destruction to properties. And now we have, on the continent of Africa, we have the problem of ISWAP, we have the ISIS, we have the Boko Haram. These are all problems on the continent that needs solution. So are you a security personnel? Are you knowledgeable in technology? Are you knowledgeable in cyber security? Are you knowledgeable in computers? Can you begin to think of how you can be a solution to tackle the problems that are in this place? And again, you see, corruption is an issue in the government in this country. Corruption. When a nation has huge amount of resources and it does not translate to development for its populace, for its citizens, or for our citizens rather. So, there are challenges, but the good news is that there are opportunities, because you are the solution to be able to solve all these problems. All right, let me quickly look at some other things as we begin to round up. Now, like I mentioned, there are a lot of opportunities. All the seemingly aid that France used to give to this nation, stopped. It's because of corruption. The challenge of natural resources being available and being sold out to other nations. That's how you get money. That's 50% of this country's income is from mineral resources. They also have timber, log of woods, timber also, they have a lot of timber. However, with all these resources, most significant, however, where corruption and financial mismanagement, it has left the government unable to pay salaries for the military and the public sector. Can you imagine that? A nation with abundance of resources not able to pay salaries for military and the public sector. And this has led to political unrest, which has continued till date. It's quite an unfortunate situation. But the point we are making here is that you are the solution. If you say, I'm not from Central African Republic, correct, I know. But you see, like I said, the same problem exists in your country. There's corruption in my own country where I come from, Nigeria. There's corruption, there's ISWAP, there's ISIS. Those are problems. Destruction of lives and property. Investment opportunities are destroyed. So you see that there are challenges, yes, but there are opportunities. Okay. Let me begin to round up as we have looked at this country today. We've seen that the problem of health, the population, 4.7 million people, are needing serious help for this nation to develop, for this nation to come out of this, call it a quagmire, a nation with so much abundance of resources and so also abundance of poverty. In fact, this nation, out of the index of nation across the world, out of the index of human capacity development, 198, if I'm correct, let me say 198, this nation's rank 188. It's at the bottom. That tells you. And the painful thing also is that some of these resources, this gold, they have petroleum, they have cement, they have nickel, chromium, diamond mines, and diamond something. The challenge in this nation is that more than 50% of these mines and all these things are stolen. They don't go through the proper channels. So there are people who are stealing resources of this nation. And as I was reflecting on this, I was just thinking of an idea of saying how I wish that one could have a satellite, facility that could trace all those locations of all those things and also provide 24-hour, security for all those things, because these are natural resources of people that are being stolen. And some people are stealing these natural resources and taking it out of the country and going to live big and live large. So the problem of security of lives and security of even the natural resources, security is a problem. Are you a security personnel? Do you have knowledge about security? How to protect lives and property? Are you? I know there's a what do they call it? There's this. Let me check. Level of science, There's an element of well, geospatial is not just what I'm looking for. It's a branch of science. Well, we could talk about GIS. Yes, that is it. GIS. Are you knowledgeable with GIS, in which you are able to map the resources in Central African Republic, and if not even in Central African Republic, maybe in your own country, you are able to come up with an idea of mapping the resources of your country and able to provide security for those resources. Annie Julius, good evening. Welcome to the Mentors Show. We are looking at Central African Republic today. How has been your day? So, Annie Julius, have you discovered the reason why you were born? And that's the key point we are looking at today. That in all these countries that we have mentioned, there are problems, but you are the solution to the problem. So, are you knowledgeable in GIS, Geographic Information System, and able to use that system to map the resources in these countries and to be able to provide security? Because they, just like I know in some countries in Africa, some people do poaching. You know what is called poaching? They go to look for the tusks of some of these animals, and they cut it and they go and sell it because of the value of that. And there are people who manually try to hunt and protect those poaching. But see, in this era of technology, using drones or whatever, one can be able to secure the natural resources of any nation and stop all these thieves, all these wicked, nefarious people stealing the natural resources of these nations of Central African Republic or your own country, and put a stop to that. That will be, if you are able to do that, that is a great contribution to the continent of Africa. And I believe it will be part of your own, it will be you fulfilling the reason why you were born, the reason for your own existence. All right. I think, I hope this helps. I think I've rambled enough. I would like to call it wraps. Today we've looked at the challenges in Central African Republic, but these challenges are not all that. It's not doom. There is hope, because there are opportunities, and you are the solution. You were born to solve these problems. I was born to solve these problems. And so, if you and I arise, and that is the reason why we come on this show, part of our own existence is to make you aware and also to point and showcase these nations for us to find a way. Because if there's a concept called Ubuntu, I exist because of you, you exist because of me. We need to be communal in our thoughts of how to bring Africa. Africa resources is being depleted. They've been depleting African resources for many, many years, and still the nation is still standing. But there's not time for us to find a way of bringing solution that this nation needs to come up. All the young people who are traveling from Africa, they want to come to Europe, and they are dying. They are dying in the sea. If you see some of the boats they are trying to use to cross the sea, you could just see it's jeopardy. It's suicidal. And some have died, some are dying. And they are crossing like that in thousands. These are the human resources that Africa has. So if development does not come to Africa, we will continue to have this set of deprivation of people dying, and lives of people are being jeopardized. So the opportunities in education, the opportunity in education, in health are all there. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps. Thank you for those who are joining and watching on Facebook. I hope you have discovered, for those of you working on Facebook, I hope you've discovered why you were born. I hope you have discovered why you were born, and you have a reason to find out why you were born and to begin to find a way how to solve the problem of Africa. We have looked at Central African Republic today. If you're not from Central African Republic, in your own nation, in your own state, in your own community, there are problems there. Make up your mind to begin to find that problem and solve it. All right. So thank you very much, everyone who has been with us today. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Gospel Nwabweze, Ibrahim Jallo, Purity Favor Owen, Wemimo, Ray, Diggs 355, Sabilo _5865. I am Johnson, Annie Julius, thank you. And those with us on Facebook, Olufemi Ajidi Jamaica, Alfred Wokoma, thank you everyone who has been with us. And those of us you with us, Adiyemi Oluwashogo, thank you for being with us. And for those who are on YouTube, I hope that this has been valuable to you and you have been able to discover the reason for your existence, the reason why you were born, the problem you were born to solve, and you have a reason to begin to solve that problem. I'll come your way again on Tuesday. We'll have another guest on the Mentors Show that will inspire us. Through the life stories of these guests, we'll learn to show that it's possible for you to make impact. It's possible for you to make impact. It's very possible for you to make impact. So I'll see you again, God willing, on Tuesday. Bye.
I'm falling higher and higher. I'm a